Hello again. Today I'd like to show you a similar, the similar sort of process to one I used yesterday, which was how to use stamps and dies together that are coordinating so that you get pretty good accuracy and speed of process. Yesterday I used these two Altenew products, the stamp and the die, from this weekend doodles set. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. It's a really nice set. And I use them in a stamping platform. Well, not everybody's got a stamping platform, so I thought I would just show a similar way of doing this, improvising, if you haven't got a stamping platform. To improvise this, I had to do a bit of thievery, really. I had to pinch some Duplo blocks. I've had these for donkey's ages, pinched them for my grandchildren. What I wanted them for is to make a right-angled corner. It's a kind of a homemade stamper-majig. I don't know if people have heard of those. I think Stampin' Up used to make a thing called a stamper-majig, which could help you position stamps. Anyway, I'm using it to position coordinating stamps and dies. So what I've done here is just cut that die cut shape out of a piece of scrap card. You can see it's got a dirty mark down it. So what I'm going to do now, I've put this onto, this is just a rubber mat from, I think it's a Spellbinders rubber mat, but that's just to stop the card and the Stamper-majig, the Duplo, from slipping. So I'm going to put the card into the corner, the right angle corner of the Duplo. Next thing I'm going to do is to place this stamp into the gap. Now, because there's a little sort of groove all the way around for it, I hope you don't get my head in this, we should be able to position that accurately in the gap. So the next thing we do is to very carefully, ensuring that the corner of that is exactly into the corner of the Lego, is to just lower a stamp block and pick up that stamp. Okay, now the next thing we have to do is this. We want to stamp some of that onto die cuts like this. So here's a piece of scrap. I'm just going to cut one of them out of here. You probably can't see this or anything, but it's just a regular die cut, so no problem. Here we go. Right, that's just a bit of scrap from what I get of wastage when I make a square card from a piece of A4. Now I'm just going to pop out the little bits. The next thing to do is to put this die cut, there we go, back into the gap, similar to the one it was cut from. Okay, now I've got to, again, make sure that's in the right position. Now I'm going to ink up my stamp, and what I've got here is my favourite things. It's a hybrid ink pad. It's called Black Licorice. Whoa. So ink it up. A hybrid ink means that it won't smudge with alcohol inks, or it won't smudge with watercolours. It's a cross between a, what is it, a cross between a dye and a pigment or something? All purpose. The best of pigment and dye. Yes, that's right. Okay, now I'm going to hold these two together again, slide down and press. There we go. Now, there's our stamp positioned on the thing, and we can do this again and again. Say it's holly leaves or snowflakes or something like that. You can die cut a whole bunch of whatever you want to stamp, and then of course, if you find that when you printed it, it doesn't seem as accurate, a bit like using a stamping platform, you can go down and do it again, because This will be in the same position, those will be in the same position, and you should be able to go down and stamp it accurate, as long as you make sure that there's no gap and it hasn't moved at all from when you stamped it the last time. So there you go, just a quickie. I hope it was useful for those people who may want a bit more accurate stamping and haven't actually got a stamping platform. So have a go. Thanks for watching.